Show of hands. Who here recently has been to a Long John Silver's restaurant?
No.
Anybody? Come on, you're safe here. You can admit it. By recently, I mean like in your adult life. Come on, hands up. All right. Now keep that hand up if you are currently unhoused. Nobody? That's not the ratio I was expecting. Because think about a visit to a Long John's. Think about your last visit to a Long John's. You didn't wake up that day and plan to go, probably. And if you did, you didn't tell a loved one in advance that you were going. Because how do you start that conversation? And then you get in the Long John's, you order, you sit down. You're probably alone in the dining room. I mean, there might be one other person in there. You think it's an older guy, but you can't really tell because his head's in his hands the entire time. Yeah, I mean, in short, Long John Silver's is not a place you go out to. Long John's is a place you end up at. And I say all this with love because honestly, my longest long-term relationship, I think ultimately, will be with Long John Silver. We go way back, way back. We got a younger crowd here, but who here remembers fast food in the 70s and 80s?
Oh.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Oh, yeah.
And there's one word that encapsulates why it was amazing. Anyone care to guess, who's been around for a while, one word that explains why fast food was great? That word is tallow. That's beef fat. Think about McDonald's back in the day. The burgers, the fries, the shakes, they all tasted like beef fat. And it was great. And Long John's is unreconstructed. You know, they say they've turned over a new leaf. They say they're using a different oil now. It's the same oil they used 40 years ago. No, I mean literally the same oil they were frying in 40 years ago. It's amazing. And you can go there and you can still have the full experience. You can play that game of fish or chicken plank, you know, and like by the time you get to the third bite, if you've guessed right, you've won. It's great. It's the same slow skid down the esophagus. You feel it on the inside, leaving a trail of grease in its wake. It's incredible. Yeah, it's the same leaden thud in the stomach. And if you're in there dining for at least 20 minutes and you don't have what might be diagnosed as a mild heart attack, then you're doing it wrong. You're like the one person there all month who's ordered the grilled salmon. That's not why we end up there. Not at all. No. I gotta say, I avoided the West Side Long John's for quite some time, and it was because of a Facebook post. And that post was on like Bloomington, Indiana, what's going on? Or, no, Bloomington, what's really going on? And it was, nah, come on, fam. Well, like, what's really actually going on? I get them all mixed up. But the post was from this woman who said she went into a Long John's and found a couple of flies hovering over her plate as she was eating. And she was grossed out, and she flagged down an employee who was wiping down a table nearby, called her over and said, hey, you know, this is wrong. And the woman's like, hey, check out that wall over there. And the woman looks over, and the wall is completely covered in flies.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I find this story apocryphal because it places a Long John's employee inside the dining room cleaning during business hours. But still, it was enough to warn me away for quite some time. Yeah. Something else I appreciate about Long John's, every employee I've met, and you know that the restaurant is named after a Treasure Island character. Every employee I've met, I believe, is an actual pirate. And you have to expand your definition of piracy to include land dwellers who liberate catalytic converters from 12-year-old Kias with some frequency. I mean, if you round up a couple of those a week, that adds up to some serious booty. You do the math. I mean math. Okay. I gotta take off in a sec, but I feel safe here. I want to share a core memory of mine. from August of 1977. It's the day I turned this many. And my mom had asked me what special meal I wanted. And so I decided that Long John's was where the whole family should end up. And I'm excited. Grandparents are coming. I'm stoked. I'm jumping up and down on the concrete back porch. And on one of those jumps, I land just like this. Bite almost all the way through my tongue.
No.
My mom is holding me on her lap. I'm sobbing. She's got a wet washcloth that's turning crimson. The stuff's dripping down her arm. And meanwhile, my dad goes around to everyone in the family quietly and takes their order, goes out to Long John's surreptitiously, and everybody else takes shifts eating in the basement. I have been 2 planks behind my entire life, and I will never catch up. Thank you.